Hey guys, Risa here. So since we recorded this episode, Her Interactive has released 2 new screenshots, one of a character and one of an exterior. This doesn't really change our opinions that we stated in the episode, but we do know this, so don't tell us. So enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome to the podcast. I'm Marisa.
I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. As a reminder, this podcast is rated T for teen for strong language and mature themes.
If you would like a podcast that does not have strong language and mature themes.
Yeah.
That sounded wrong. Sorry. Head on over to Her's very own podcast, Unlocked, where they talk to people about things.
And stuff.
Sometimes stuff.
Probably. So, what are we talking about tonight, sister?
We are talking once more about Midnight in Salem.
So, this is going to be our last Midnight in Salem episode before it maybe comes out. I'm putting a maybe there. I'm hedging my bets.
Yeah, well.
We'll talk a little bit at the end about that, I guess. But we want to cover a couple of things in this episode. One, since our last episode back in May, they have completely changed the backstory of all of the old characters and their names. The only person who has not changed their name is Deirdre. Like, that's
Deirdre
literally the
and
only
Nancy.
person.
That's it.
Yep, those are the only people. And the Hardy Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Their names get to stay the same. Everyone else has changed their name. We'll talk about that. Everyone has new art, character art, as well.
Double
so they have new art, new bios. And now we have 2. Let me hear it. 2.
Count them 2.
2, not 1, but 2 environment screenshots in 3D.
Whoa!
So we'll talk about that as well. And then we're also going to talk about, is it going to come out? Who knows? So first, new character art, bios, and names. Their names. That's the first one where I'm like, why did everyone change their name?
Yeah.
People seem to have theories.
Yeah. They're very interesting.
So there's 2 theories that I think make the most sense. One is that they had to change the names because the employees who left had been the ones who created them, and they maybe had some kind of, it was like their intellectual property, maybe. Mm-hmm. So they had to change the names because of that. The other reason could be because they were literally taking the last names from the Salem witch trials, and they were literally trying to pass them off as being the descendants of these people from the Salem witch trials, that it might be a legal issue, that they didn't have the rights to that. And that it might be like there are real people who are the descendants of these people who didn't want that to happen.
Yes.
And I think that sounds very likely, because that's one of those things that's like...
Oh, that sounds weirdly like... I don't know how... I'll just say it. How something so niche as Nancy Drew gets, leaked to the descendants of the...
I don't know. Maybe that's something that their lawyers are constantly trolling for.
Maybe.
Like, constantly looking through people's stuff, being like,
right.
Seeing if there are any references to that last name or something like that.
Okay.
Like, specifically Ravencroft. Mm-hmm. Or Ravencraft, whichever was the original name. I can't fucking remember anymore. It says they changed her entire name. Whatever. So...
I'm so mad.
We have the old bios as well as the new bios. So the people who have changed since we last looked, it's everyone but May.
Okay.
So the old bio for Jenna, who is now Olivia, she was Jenna Ravencroft. She's now Olivia Ravencroft. So her old bio was Meet Jenna Ravencroft. Constantly commanding the spotlight, Jenna Ravencroft runs a local paranormal tour company. It's well known locally that her tours are faked, or are they? Full of rigged special effects designed to showcase spells and ghosts. Her new bio is Olivia Ravencroft. Constantly commanding the spotlight, Olivia Ravencroft runs a witch tour and novelty magic shop. It's well known locally that her smoke and mirrors entertainment is not always accurate, but it's always very theatrical. Her self-guided tours depict Salem's haunted past while ensuring to capitalize on the tourist trade, while Olivia uses her elaborate performances to enhance the tourism experience. Would she set fire to the Hathorn house to profit from the additional attention to her business?
They have fucked her so horribly. I'm going between the two, and I'm so distraught. You guys use the links, because this is...
Her old art, she looked dramatic, she looked serious, she looked older. Mm-hmm. Like, she looks like she's probably in her late 30s, mm-hmm. right? She looks like she's an adult.
Yeah.
The new art, she looks like she's in her 20s. She has slimmed down visually. Yeah. Like, quite a bit. She has slimmed down. And she looks goofier.
She looks quirky. You know what I mean?
She does look quirky, indeed.
Well, I give these tours. Aren't I quirky?
They took the only plus-size character in the entire game, mm-hmm. right? Who was a serious character, who wasn't any different from the other characters originally.
Had gorgeous character art.
Yeah, and she's been turned into the goofy character already.
Because fat people are the jokes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what's happened.
Yay!
And that's... Yeah.
I swear, it's like 2 steps back every time.
I mean, and that's pretty much what we fucking expected to happen, mm-hmm. is the stupid part. Is the moment they started putting out all of this new character art, we're like, she's either going to be slimmed down, which they did. They slimmed her down a little mm-hmm. bit. Or they're going to make her less serious.
Yeah.
And they seem to have done both.
Yeah.
So.
Yay.
Next is Tegan. So her original her bio was Meet Tegan Paris. Tegan Paris is easy to like, outgoing, cheerful, extremely fashionable, and professional. But when Tegan's stressed out, she has an incredibly short fuse before her temper ignites. The new Tegan...
I dig it. I love that. Sorry.
Tegan Perry. We're now Perry instead of Paris. Tegan Perry is May's older sister and cares for her and the house while their parents are away. A warm, hospitable person, she runs the local museum and is passionate about Salem's history. As an advocate for past accused witches, will Tegan take drastic measures to right the wrongs of history and protect her sister? So, Tegan used to be her own person.
Yeah.
And now, Tegan is all about May.
Tegan was this rad, uptight,
Again, she also looks like she's been, de-aged.
Yeah.
At least 5 years. And I want to put out there the most problematic part of this is Tegan has been lightened.
Yeah.
Tegan's skin tone has been lightened a bunch.
So much.
Tegan was dark-skinned, this Asian.
Yeah, she goes
She's
from
now
this,
being light-skinned.
She goes from this olive tan skin to porcelain. Literal porcelain.
She almost looked, in the original art, she almost looks Southeast Asian. Mm-hmm. And now she looks East Asian.
Yeah.
She looks... So, it's just... It's a dramatic lightening.
Yes.
And it's... Oof. like, oofta,
also,
right? That's...
I'm gonna reiterate. She was so much prettier. Like, just, she had the most striking... I loved it.
I think they're both pretty.
No, but
I'm not gonna say the new one isn't pretty.
No, she's pretty, but, like, I like
but that art is just... I really liked the old artist style, but at least the new artist can draw hands. And they're not just, like, claws. Like, that's the one thing I'll say from the new artist. But...
Yeah, it's very cute. It's just not... I'm looking forward to the other one. I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I just feel like she had such a... Like, the moment we read that, I remember when we were doing our episode before, when we read that, we were talking about how just that little bit, those 2 sentences, formed a picture in our mind of who Tegan was. Mm-hmm. She was someone who, on the outside, was very calm and cheerful and everything, but she also, to us, seemed like she was kind of an abuser, probably.
Yeah.
Just because of that.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
She was probably gaslighting her sister or something. That's that picture that just 2 sentences made for us, especially with that picture.
Yeah.
But now the new description of her and the new picture doesn't have as much life to it, and it feels like it's all about her sister now.
Yeah. She really is just a vacant doll.
Mm-hmm.
It's very distressing.
But I'm glad they kept the shirt. It's the one thing they kept. They're like, you know what? We'll keep the shirt. Okay, so
we'll keep the shirt.
The next one was Deirdre. Meet Deirdre Shannon. High-maintenance Deirdre Shannon has spent her life hovering in Nancy's shadow and lives with the knowledge that she is the girl who would have been Nancy had the circumstances turned out better for her. That's the original one. The new one, let me find it. I have to find Deirdre on the page. There she is. High-maintenance Deirdre Shannon has been her whole life. Blah, blah, blah. Same thing as before, but now, added on, Deirdre is concerned for her cousins, May and Tegan, and begins her own investigation to clear May's name. When Deirdre discovers that there is more to the Hathorne estate case than an arson, she reluctantly calls Nancy to come and help solve the mystery. Will Deirdre's tense relationship with the famous teen sleuth hinder the case? Or is she hiding something about her cousin's true motivations? Which, okay, what? Her cousins?
Yeah.
It has never been her cousin before. And now suddenly it's her cousin.
Yeah. I too am flabbergasted.
So, what? I repeat. What? Second, I'm not very happy with Deirdre's new coat.
Yeah.
I'm like, honestly...
They made her look so angry.
They made her look really, really white.
Yep. Yeah.
They made her look definitively white. And I know a lot of people read Deirdre as white already in the games, but I know a lot of us read her as ambiguously mixed.
Yeah.
And I think that in Alibi and Ashes, she looks probably mixed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And in a lot of other people's opinion. And now with them especially saying that her cousins are May and Tegan, that it's like, okay, but now she's white? And it's like, I don't know. It's weird. They squared up her jaw super, a lot.
She looks like she looks like an angry lesbian. That's what the stereotype looking.
I don't mind that.
No,
but I don't like the cut of the coat, and I like the hair though.
I do like the hair. It's really cute and tossed to the side.
I just don't.
No, I liked that oversized look. It was all cute.
It just doesn't feel like the Deirdre we've already met.
No.
Which, whatever, I guess. Now Lauren. Lauren Corey. Lauren Corey is a calm and slightly grouchy introvert with a bookworm streak. She loves to bake and is beloved in the local community for her winning entries into cooking contests. Except now, it's Lauren Holt. As the last living person residing on the Hathorne property, Lauren claims to be the heir of the historic Hathorne house. Lauren owns an apothecary and tea shop in Salem and mixes natural remedies in the traditional methods. She has great respect for the town's history, but would she use her expertise to unethically get what she wants? I absolutely love her new art.
It's
I'm
cute.
not going to lie.
It's cute.
It looks like a completely different person.
It does. She's
a completely new character. This has nothing to do with the old character.
Yeah.
I like this new character.
I would like her as an additional character, but I loved Lauren Corey.
It's like, it makes me sad because I liked the old character, but this new character, it's like, she's cute.
Yeah,
I like her, but it's a completely different character. She's the only one that they've completely replaced, basically. And that feels really shitty. Mm-hmm. But it feels really, really
Yeah.
suspect. That the one character they completely replaced is the one black woman.
Yeah.
In the cast.
Yeah.
It's
like, we'll just trade really, one out for the other.
Yeah, it feels really suspect. Mm-hmm. That's the one person that they completely replace. Like, this character has nothing to do with the character she used to be.
Mm-mm. I'm also going to bring up that all of these, I loved the clothing before.
I mean, I like the new Lauren's clothing a lot.
It's so...
I love it.
Like, I like it, but it doesn't have the same feel. I wouldn't put that in Midnight in Salem. The style that she's wearing.
I don't know. I think it's cute.
I know, I think it's cute, but I liked the aesthetic of the previous designs.
Yeah. And we've already done a comparison of the maze, but do you want to do it again?
Yeah.
So I think they've added on to the maze description now. So meet May Paris. May Paris has spent her life pulled between two extremes due to her physical appearance, the near-crushing protective attention lavished on her by her parents, and the unjustified fear of the local townsfolk. That's the original one. The new one is May Perry has spent her life being pulled between two extremes, the near-crushing protective attention of her parents and sister, Tegan, and the cruel gazes and whispers by the local townsfolk. May's mysterious past haunts her when she's accused and placed under questioning by the Salem police for the recent fire at the Hawthorne estate. Typo. Few of the townspeople are surprised and offer little support. Unfortunately for May, multiple scars publicly mark her mistakes of the past and result in a constant reminder that she often seeks to hide. Only those closest to May understand that her deepest pain can also be her greatest strength. Can Nancy Drew help May, or has she gone too far this time? So,
show us the scars.
I know. It's gonna be a Phantom of the Opera moment, okay? I already said this. May used to have a kick-ass leather jacket. Now she's just wearing a sweater. But at least she still has the cool leggings, I guess. I like her hair now. It looks cool.
Yeah, I like it.
She no longer has albinism.
Something that was so important to them.
They had to tell us with every single comment.
She has albinism!
Which, like I've said before, whatever. Whatever. I literally don't care about that part because, like we said before, like, at first it was really irritating, but they would not have done a good job of dealing with it.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's like they're probably not going to do a very good job dealing with disfigurement either.
No. Not in the slightest.
Not in the slightest.
No.
So, that's...
I feel like we, in both the podcasts that we recorded tonight, we have just depressed ourselves.
Yeah.
On two separate issues.
Mean, just dealing with disability in any way, I don't trust game studios. Like, honestly, unless a game studio has someone disabled on the staff, and not just a disabled person with the disability that they're trying to represent, then I'm not going to. Because, like, a person with, like, I don't know, a person with a prosthetic is not going to understand how to properly show how a little person is affected in life. Yeah. Right? They're not gonna, it's not the same thing.
No.
I would not be able to properly help portray someone with disfigurement. Mm-hmm. That's not something I live. No. So I can't help properly represent it in a game. Or in a story of any sort, right? Mm-hmm. I can only help with properly presenting people with mobility issues.
Yeah.
And with, like, other issues I have. So, other than that, it's just, like, they just need someone on staff to do, like, that kind of thing. And I don't think they have anyone on staff to do that kind of thing. So I just don't have any hope that it's going to be handled with great sensitivity. So, moving on to our environment screenshots. After I've talked about how depressing it is with disability rep in media, we have two environment screenshots, the interior and the exterior of the Perry house. That's the new name, right? Perry. Yeah, the Perry household. It is proof, people have said, that a game is being worked on.
Sure.
However, if you are still on the site we linked you guys, there are the screenshots right there. If we start with the, let's look at the exterior. The exterior one first, which is the better one of the two, honestly. The exterior is the better of the two because you can hide your sins in the dark.
Yes, exactly.
So the exterior of the Perry household is better because it's nighttime. There's jack-o'-lanterns on the porch. They've got an American flag flying. They are a patriotic household here in the Perry household.
You got some nice light reflecting. Everything looks pretty. No one can tell that you purchased every asset on screen.
Yeah, these assets are purchased. You can tell. The bushes are
disclaimer,
all the same.
This is entirely us.
We know what we're talking about. Honestly, I'm sorry. My boyfriend does I looked at these with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
He does modeling. He does 3D modeling. He mods games as well. So we talk. I have watched him actually make environments and stuff. And if you have a single model for a bush, like they seem to have, those pink bushes, those pink bush flowers, is just one model over and over again. That's fine. What you do to make that not immediately clear when you look at it is you rotate it before you place it next, which they did not do. Same with those white bushes. Same with the bushes in the background. Same with the fucking pumpkins. They barely even moved those. Mm-hmm. And the goddamn sidewalk is the same repeating pattern as well. It's the same repeating texture, which again is not bad as long as you camouflage it well enough.
Yeah, yeah.
And they didn't.
They did not.
And it's just so sterile.
Yeah.
There's no leaves anywhere.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be in the fall.
There's leaves
Where are the fucking leaves?
The tree looks like it's fall, but the ground is saying
and don't even get me started on the grass texture.
Oh.
So that's the exterior. Look at the grass though, Ariana. It's literally painted.
Yeah, no, I see it.
The interior shot is actually worse.
The windows, like, Jesus.
So the main issue with the interior shot is all of the light glitching, which is, it's fine if you're playing the game, right? In engine, you're playing the game, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But for promo shots for your website, like, that's what you're going to show us? I'm sorry, you guys have had 4 fucking years to make this goddamn game. 4.5 goddamn years. And you're showing us this bullshit? I have very little patience right now.
Reese is gonna lose at her interactive.
I feel like a professor right now.
Yeah, right.
Who has been like, you guys have the entire semester to write this paper. You can't write it.
It was literally the only thing you were supposed to be doing.
And now the night before it's due, I'm getting, you know, the week before it's due, I'm getting all of my students trying to send me their drafts, is what I feel like is happening right now.
Yeah.
So the lighting is just glitching. You can see it specifically on the window. Pretty much if you look at the window sills, you see it. If you look at the ceiling, you see it. There's some shit going on the floor as well. None of the cabinets are lit properly either. All of the cabinets are obviously pre-bought assets. Same with the pillows. It's all pre-bought.
Yeah,
the counters are the wrong.
It looks
the
like
counters are the wrong size.
It looks like when I was designing my couch.
Yeah.
When you could go, you know, decide what color scheme goes on which pillow. That's
things
all
aren't
it is.
Things aren't properly sized. If you look, the counters are so far down, they're almost the same height as the chairs. Nothing is properly scaled. There's no clutter anywhere. There are 2 mugs, and that's it. No one lives here. This looks like something that, like, someone who doesn't understand how to build in The Sims builds.
This cabinet, is it off the hinge? Like, what's happening?
It looks like it, but I think it's just
open.
I think it's partly open, and then there's lighting issues. And then all of the textures are just really low quality on all the cabinets.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking, like, early 2000s level
We're talking
textures.
Sims 2.
Like, even, we're talking, like, Sims 1 at this point.
No.
We're talking
I don't think you're remembering Sims 1 very well.
That's true. That was all very nice pixel art. So, that's... Yes, we now have proof that they have been working on a game.
We
in
do.
Those 2
kind of. They've at least considered a game and used some stickers to illustrate how they're going to make it happen.
Yes. So, do we think it'll actually come out in November?
I don't
Or will it get delayed?
And you know what? I don't know what I hope for either. Because if it gets delayed, at least maybe that means they're working on it.
All I know is I'm not spending a fucking dime until I see a goddamn gameplay trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It is almost September. And by the time this podcast episode comes out, it will be September, actually. And pre-orders go live on October 1st. This is all we have. Pre-orders go live in a month. And we have 2 screenshots and a bunch of concept art as proof that a game is being made.
That's not looking great. Essentially, at this point, when it comes to pre-orders, you are an investor.
Yeah.
That's investing in a product that you are assuming you are going to get and is going to be the quality you want it to be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need some evidence before investing in something like that.
Pretty much. I need to know that there's a game.
Yeah.
I need to see more characters in 3D. Please, pretty please. Because as far as I know, you guys only have concept art of all of the characters. I need to see actual gameplay trailer. That's what I need to see.
Yeah.
I need to see in-game footage. I need to see that there's actually something being made. I need to hear that there's something going on, like hear voice acting, because currently, most of the people I know are saying, I'm not going to buy the game. I am one of the few people saying that as long as I see proof that there's a game, I will buy it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
I want to have faith in them, you know?
Yeah.
They're not making it easy.
No, they're really not. What I really want to do is stream it and have Ariana on Discord while we're streaming it. So it's like we're playing it together. It's going to be hell on my connection, but we'll do it.
We'll make it happen.
We will. It'll be great. But I now want to talk about the fact that they are selling Midnight in Salem merch already.
Are you kidding me?
In their Teespring.
Wow.
They are selling stuff for $23, most of the shirts, with just concept art on it.
That's more than I'm
art.
willing to pay for one of the games.
Yeah. The one with the Hardy Boys on it that says Midnight is Coming is $33 fucking dollars.
Oh no, $33.99. So essentially,
I'm sorry, $34 fucking dollars. $34 for a shirt for a game that may never come out.
Wow.
So that then also is like Midnight is Coming, fall 2019. Fall. Not November, fall.
I'm just...
So...
They make it really hard to keep loving them. They're worse than our uncles. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
the poster is $21.
Although apparently I am willing to wait longer for Her Interactive than I am for our uncles.
That is true. Our uncle... Her Interactive has never robbed a bank.
Oh, yeah, my uncle, which one? The one who just got out of prison after trying to stab a man to death? Or the one who was known as the... What was it? No.
I can't remember.
Bag Trick Bandit.
Bag Trick Bandit. You guys learned a little something about us. More backstory unlocked.
Man, you guys are really advancing in this game.
The great thing is that we have no legal connection to him anymore, so you can't even find out who we are from him. But yeah, so the great thing about Her Interactive is that they haven't stabbed a guy. Or robbed multiple banks. That's what we got
multiple
from this episode.
Banks.
Her Interactive has not robbed multiple banks, so...
Good job, Her Interactive.
We'll give them a fourth chance.
Minimum requirements met.
I'll give them more chances than family members.
I do like Jenna's whale design.
It is a good design.
It's a good design. And I like I'll be honest, I do like a lot of these things in there.
Yeah, I like the ones that are, like, for places.
Yeah, not so much...
Like...
Honestly,
like Whale World, or Waverly, or Hot Kettle Cafe, or stuff like that. That stuff is cute. But, like...
We should do an entire episode on critiquing their merch.
Because everyone is just itching for a Judge Danforth t-shirt. Absolutely. I want a t-shirt with an old guy on it. Okay, I'm sorry. This is devolved. We can do this off of the podcast. We're still recording.
Right.
So, this has been our podcast specifically on Midnight in Salem updates. If you guys would like to tell us we're totally wrong and being so mean to Her Interactive, then shut your pie hole, because I do not want to hear another person...
Shut your pie hole!
honestly, I do not want to hear another person tell me that I'm being mean to a corporation.
Yeah, fuck you. They get my money.
Stop being a bootlicker. And the company is not your friend. They are a company. But if you would like to talk to us and have a discourse about the game, then you can contact us on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, or our fancy website, krolmeistersisters.knifefightclub.com.
Or you can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Spotify, where you can leave us reviews and I don't know, tell us we're awesome.
Tell us you love us.
Because we need that reassurance. Otherwise, why would we do this?
Exactly. Or you guys can subscribe to our Twitch, get access to our cute little wine glass emote. Or you guys can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/KrolmeisterSisters to get access to Podcast Night VODs for the extended cut of this episode, which I will hopefully cut down. And access to Streamcat pictures that not even our mom gets to see. That way we can afford to get our episodes transcribed so everyone can have access to them. So, as a reminder, I'm Marisa.
And I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters, and we're asking you guys to stay sleuthy.